Morning, y'all. Happy Thursday once again. So I gotta go back and read back these the comments y'all left on the come get your stuff video. Y'all had me rolling, and y'all had me thinking of so many different situations with the narc that I was dealing with. Y'all, I told y'all, dude don't like, okay, so this time around, it ain't been no 6 months that I'm holding on to his stuff. Now normally I hold on to his things because I want him to come back. I would never do anything to his stuff. I never throw it away. I never do anything to this man's stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I found out over time that the reason he leaves stuff behind is because that's his paper trail. Oh, I'm coming back if I still got stuff there. You know what I'm saying? So as the relationship progressed, and we done this so many times over again, that lets me know that he's coming back. So I shouldn't fret. That's what he wanted to leave in my head. He was like, well, if I leave my stuff here, why you think I ain't coming back? Because when you say you're done, you're done. If I say I'm done with you completely, it's a wrap. I'm not going to leave none of my stuff. I'm going to take all my stuff with me. So that means you playing. So that means you just like to pack up your stuff and you like to leave and then come back. You know what I'm saying? That's his little game. So all the other times, I would never throw this man's stuff away, never do anything to it. I would leave it in the same place that he left it in and everything. Just would not bother with his stuff at all because I still had feelings and I was attached to him and stuff like that. But now, this time around, I don't even think I gave it 3 weeks. Well, the first couple of times or so, I did give him that phone call, which I didn't know was fueling him, was giving him the supply that he needed. Because if I called, then that told him that, oh yeah, I want him back and you continue playing games with me or whatever. But no, I was really calling him because at that time I had done healed. I'm moving on with my life or whatever. And so I'm just like, I'm giving him a simple courtesy. Hey, come get your stuff because I'm done. Whether you're done or not, I'm done. So come get your stuff and I'm done playing this game with you. So he answers the phone or whatever, and I'm like, I need you to do me a favor. He like, what? Kiss your butt? I was like, no. But you can come get your stuff, because that's something I had never said to him before, prior to this time around. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first time I ever told him, come get your stuff. And at that time, I felt like I meant it. But I didn't know who I was dealing with. I ain't gonna say playing with, but I don't know who I was dealing with at that time, because I thought that if I told him to come get his stuff, he'll come get his stuff and he'll go on about his life. I ain't know Mr. Narky Narc took that as a big old game, like a big old joke. Like, oh yeah, you want me to come get this stuff so that way you can see me and we can rekindle things and we can get back together, and just, that's exactly what happened. So he never comes to get his stuff. This man will come visit, spend time with me, bring more stuff with him, and still won't take nothing back with him, because he coming to let me know that I ain't going nowhere. I might pack my stuff up and leave and stay gone for a little while, but I'm always coming back. And he said that to me, and I don't know why at that time I felt like that was something. You always gonna be the last man standing. Against who? Why am I always be the last man standing? So at that time, it was something I wanted to hear. And I was not even thinking about it until, after all of this madness done came down and I can see clear now that the rain is gone. I'm like, dang. So bro was telling me the whole time that I'm going to do me. And no matter what, no matter who I'm with, no matter what's going on with them, you always going to be the one I come back to. I don't want that. I need to be the only one. But I understand that this is past talking, not now talking. This past talking, because now I know where I stood with him. But now, I don't want nothing. Like I said, I don't even think it took me 3 weeks to get rid of his stuff. And if that was wrong, bad, whatever, I don't care. To be honest with you, I don't care. it needed to be gone because we done played this game one too many times. And every time his stuff has never been touched, never been moved. So now that I be making the statements of come get your stuff or whatever, now when he leaves, he likes to hide stuff in different places. So he still never takes all his stuff. He'll take majority of everything that he has with him, but he's still gonna hide some stuff here and there. So that way, as time goes along, I'm finding little pieces of him still. Now, I feel like I got everything out of here this time around, but I still feel like within me somewhere that I'm missing something. I'm feeling like it's still something here. And I do know he took something of mine. Now, he started that the time before this time around. Not only was he leaving stuff, he was also taking some of my things too. So I just realized, you know what I'm saying, this time around, he took a dress that he bought me for Mother's Day. You can keep that dress, baby. I'm good. I looked good in it. And I thank you for the gift. But you're an Indian giver. So you can keep that. You ain't hurting me, baby. I got plenty more dresses in the closet that I can wear. So that one little dress didn't stop no show. Because he always thought that when he do stuff, that it's going to stop the show. The show is going to stop because I did that. No, sir. You ain't nobody. You don't run nothing. But your mouth and your games that you play. Nothing is going to stop because you don't do what you going to do. It does not matter. You know what I'm saying? So, some of y'all was like, y'all to put his stuff outside on the porch. Now, one time, I was going to take his stuff to his mama's house. I was going to be real disrespectful or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what? That lady ain't did nothing to me. And I don't need to go start no commotion at her house. I want to start commotion wherever he at. Because the anger, the bitterness, not the bitterness, but the hurt and the anger that I was feeling at the time, I wanted it to be towards him. I wanted him to get what I was giving him. I didn't want nobody else to, jump in the middle of that unless they wanted to. Then you come on and get this fire. You know what I'm saying? But I really just wanted to make him suffer at the time and not nobody else in his family because I wasn't dating nobody in his family. I was dating him. So I wanted to give all the sauce to him. I wanted to give him all the beef, all the business, all the everything. Whatever he deserved. I was trying to give it to him. Not nobody else. So I'm like, I could just go drop it all off in front of his mama yard and pull off. And if they try to stop me, we gon', it gonna be what it is. But his stuff gonna get out my car. Whether I have to drop it piece by piece riding down her road, it's gonna get out my car and out of my possession. So I never ended up doing that. So I always held on to his stuff or whatever until he came back to get it. And so what it seems like he does is when he comes back into the relationship, he bring more stuff on top of the stuff that he already got. Sir, you live out of a suitcase. I told him, I said, listen, do yourself a favor and don't bring all that stuff with you this time around. Just bring your suitcase with your clothes in it and the important things that you need with you on an everyday basis. Instead of you having to do this little thing. I say, because if you want to leave again, you ain't got to worry about packing all this stuff up. I ain't got to sit here and watch you pack these things in slow motion, one thing at a time. So, some of y'all was like, I'll call the police. No, I'll help him pack his stuff. Okay, that's what I was trying to do. I was just trying to help the man pack his stuff and get his stuff up out of here quickly. But he ain't like the way I was throwing him in the trash bag. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But, sir, you moving too slow. And I mean, with everything you grabbing, you got to look at me. And you know how they do that little narc smirk. He got to look at me with everything he grabbed. Like, yes, this is hurting you because I'm putting this in this bag or I'm putting this in this suitcase and you're no longer going to see it anymore. Isn't it hurting you? It's making you feel some type of way. That's how his smirk was like eating at me. It was like, I know this is killing you inside because you know I'm finna leave. You know I'm finna be gone for a minute. And then I'll come back. But I want you to watch me pack every single little thing that I'm finna pack. And I want you to feel some type of way about it. That's how he used to move. So I got tired of sitting here and witnessing that every single time he do this. Because you done had a routine for the longest. You here 1 minute, next minute you gone. You wake up one day and you want to be here, next day you don't want to be here. So I kind of had trained myself. I'm like, don't bring all that stuff with you. So you ain't got to go through all of the drama and all the, the little fairy tale of trying to, not fairy tale, but a little show that you put on to get all your things together and get out. But the kicker is, he does all this packing and stuff and ain't got no ride to leave and go nowhere yet. So you doing all of this like you about to leave right now. That's where I got pissed off at. That's why I'm like, you know what? I'm fed up. You want to go? I want you to leave today. I don't want you to wait tomorrow. I don't want you to wait next week. I want you to leave right now. You say you done and you ready to go? Get your stuff and go now. So I start trying to, put it. I got a couple of things inside the trash bag where he will allow me to get at the time until I had to, bum rush myself in to him to get whatever else I wanted to get, But yeah, so he was trying to stop me from getting the things out of the drawer. So I had already grabbed a whole bunch of stuff out of the closet and I just shoved it in the trash bag. He ain't like that. So he was like, don't touch my stuff. Quit touching my stuff. So he said, touch one more thing. No, I'm sorry. So he's telling me stop touching his stuff or whatever. And I'm not listening because you ready to go. I'm ready for you to go. So let me help you quickly get your stuff out of here. Which at this point, he's walking it up the road to a neighbor's house. Okay, we can throw all this junk in my trunk. And we can take it all down there at one time while you want to walk back and forth. I'm talking about he got to walk all the way to the end of the road. Sir. I done sat and watched you do this too many times. I'm tired of watching this show. I'm about to change the channel. And we finna be on Cops. Okay? So, now, I'm trying to get whatever's in his drawers. Okay? Let's go and get you up out of here. I'm just trying to help you get your stuff so you can go ahead and go. I don't want you to sit here and play these little mind games with me. Give me those little stupid smirks that you're giving me. I just want you gone. So, here I am. I'm sitting here trying to get stuff out of the dresser drawers, right? So, sorry. So, I'm sitting here and I got the drawer open. Now, he done ran and linked up against the dresser drawer. And my hand is in the drawer because I'm trying to stop him from closing it or whatever. Because I'm finna get whatever is in this drawer. I am. I'm finna get it. Once I start, baby, it's kind of hard to bring me back and to make me shut it off because I got to do what I already set out to do. If I'm already in the midst of it, I got to finish it. I just got to finish it. So my hand is in this drawer. He is now leaning up against this drawer, the dresser trying to stop me from getting the items out of the drawer. I'm like, listen, I'm going to ask you nicely. Because you're squishing my hand in this drawer. I said, I'm going to ask you nicely to move away from the dresser so I can get this stuff out of here. Your stuff. Yes, I want to get his stuff out of this dresser. But he's squishing my hand in this drawer. So I asked nicely. So don't come for me because I asked him nicely. Okay? So I said, sir, I'm going to ask you nicely. Back away from the dresser. Because if you squish my hand in this dresser, I'm going to push you on the floor. Once I say it, I got to stand on it. So it's like, I can't go back now. So I got to, So I'm like, sir, I'm trying to pull on the dresser drawer. He putting more weight. He applying more pressure. Okay. I told y'all what I did. I asked him nicely to move away from the dresser so I can get this stuff out of here. Because I'm going to get it. I don't care what you do. I'm going to get it. Okay? He pushed a little harder. So I pushed this behind right on into the wall. That corner. Right over there. Pushed him right over in that corner. And I got all that stuff out of that dresser drawer. And he was standing there looking like he wanted to do something. But I was ready. Yeah, sir, you don't want to ride this pony. Not like this. Not this way. I promise you, you don't want to go one-on-one with me. That you just better sit down, shrimp. Toothpick. break you in half. You gotta sit down. So he thought about it. He wanted to, but he didn't. And because I wasn't worried and scared or nothing, honey, I still got that stuff about the dresser drawer. And since he wouldn't let me put it in the bag, and he went and did all that stuff, 'cause I was gonna be respectful and just put it in the trash bag for him. But since you want to be a butthole and squish my hand in the dresser, now you finna pick that mess up off the floor. So I started pulling everything out the dresser drawer, chunking it on the floor, chunking it on the floor in the kitchen. You gonna stop playing with me? I asked you nicely. I've been sitting here being nice, playing nice guy. I don't talk to you sideways. I don't do nothing to you. It was plenty of times I should have put my paws on him, but I didn't. Because I'm thinking I'm too considerate. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about his age. I'm thinking about his health. I'm thinking that I really care about this man and I don't want to hurt him. But I will if I have to, but I don't want to go there. You know what I'm saying? Because I had so much respect for this man, and only to find out now he had none for me. And he showed me to my face he really didn't have no respect for me, and I had too much respect for him. Even when he was being disrespectful, I was still respectful to him. Even though I thought about being just like him, you know, little buddies everywhere. But that ain't me. So, you know what I'm saying? After I did that, pulled his clothes out and threw it on the floor or whatever, he goes and he calls the cop. I'm just trying to help you get your stuff. That's all. I'm just trying to help you pack your stuff up so you can go. You said you done. You say you finna go. You walking all your stuff up and down the road, baby. Let me put it in the car so you can get everything out of here one at a time. Like all together. Not one at a time, but all together. Save yourself the trip and save me the little show that you're trying to put on. But no. He don't want that. He wants me to sit and watch the show. And he thought the officers was going to make me do that. What he wanted the officers to do was make me take all the stuff that I packed up and took down the road to where he was already taking his stuff. He wanted the officers to make me bring the stuff back home because he didn't want that stuff to go down there. No, hell. You take all your stuff. Don't leave nothing behind. And I told the officer, I said, I ain't taking it. If you're going to take me on. I said, but I ain't touching nothing. I said, I meant what I said. He getting all his stuff. I said, I don't even know why y'all came out here anyway. I said, y'all, it's a waste of time anyway because he always do this. I said, we had them, at that time, it was like 3 years. I'm like, he does this every time. I said, we go through this at least 7 to 4 times a year. I say, so I don't even know why he called the police. I say, he just don't want me helping him pack because he want to put things in the bag one by one. Look at me and smile. I said, I ain't doing it. The officer was like, well, he was like, she need to take all that stuff back down there because I didn't ask her to help me pack my stuff and this, that, and the third. The officer said, well, are you trying to leave? He said, yeah, but I'm going to pack my own stuff up. He said, well, what's the problem? You leaving already. She ain't did nothing but just help you get your stuff. He was like, but ma'am, don't touch his stuff. And he was like, I can't make her take your stuff back down there. He said, this is your stuff. You do with it whatever you please. You wanted it out the house. That's what you was doing. You was packing up. So what is the point? She helped you get your stuff out of the house. He was like, I'm not going to ask her to take your stuff back down there. You want your stuff to go back down there. You gonna take it yourself. He was like, now I'll stand here and watch you take all your stuff down there to make sure she don't bother you while you're doing that. He was like, but I'm not asking her to pick up a thing. I said, you ain't got to worry about telling me, officer, because I'm not picking up nothing. I'm not taking nothing back down there. He say he wants to go. When you say you leaving, please have your ride and everything situated so you can go. I don't need you sticking around so you can put on this little show and jump on your phone, start talking to everybody and telling them all these lies and stuff like that. You know, that's what he was good for. But all the other times, yes, I used to hold on to his stuff until he came back. But because I don't want him back this time, baby, that stuff gone. Anything I find, honey, it go in the trash. I ain't even playing with you. we about to be 5 months separated, but the video that I had did the thing off of, they were saying it's been 6 months. We are not together. Come get your stuff. Yeah. He'll do that. And that's like, I said that is like how it used to be for me, because it'll be about 5 or 6 months that I ain't heard nothing from him. Then out of the blue, he'll pop up and he'll call me. And so I'm going to wait for him to call me. I'm not calling him and say nothing, because then I get hoovered and gaslight back into the relationship. And, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to do something different to get a different result. So I never reach out. So when he calls me, that's when we talk or whatever like that. But this a different ball game. We ain't even playing like that no more. So if he do reach out or whatever, he ain't getting no answer anyhow. So it ain't gonna be no conversation. Ain't nothing else here. So we ain't got nothing to talk about. He gone. Everything he left is gone. So what we got to talk about? I don't need to answer the phone for nothing. I don't need to hear how you doing, how your mama now. I don't need to hear, oh, what's up with the real? You ain't on the lease no more. We ain't got no dealings. We ain't got no connections. Everything squashed. So ain't no need for me to conversate with him. Point to the blank period at all. So don't worry, y'all. This was past tense that I was talking about from that video. But that's how it used to be for me and him. It used to be, we'll separate or whatever, and it'll be about 5 or 6 months, and I ain't heard from him, but yet your stuff's still here. And then when I do finally tell you to come get your stuff, you like, nah, I'm coming back home. What I need to come get my stuff for? I'm coming back home. No, you're not. That was cool then, but not now. You coming back where? To who? When? And how? Boy, you better get out of here. Don't get up out of here. Because you ain't coming back nowhere. Not over here, not in these parts. No, sir. But yeah, y'all had me rolling with some of them comments or whatever. Let me see if I can find one. See what I can do, okay? Yep, she was like, Mika Love. She was like, girl, I can relate. I saw this video too. Girl, and all his clothes and things are here, but a couple of uniforms, and I can't get him to leave or leave me alone. Same thing. Every time I told him to come get his stuff, to him that sent a message that, oh no, she still want me. I'm coming home. But you been gone for 5 months. You ain't called me or said anything, but now you finna come home. And that's just how easy it was for him to come back into my life, y'all. It was just that easy. Because at those times, that's what I was waiting for. That's what I was sitting around wanting for him to just come home. But not no more. Who's sitting and waiting? Waiting on, heck no. Baby, I'll be that skeleton in those little memes that they be having, sitting in the window, peeking out the blinds, looking. I'll be a whole skeleton sitting here waiting on him, child. It ain't gonna work. Nah, it's a wrap. It's done. Don't get me speaking Chinese again, because y'all know I messed them words up. Finito, I be messing stuff up, but trying to tell y'all, She said, I spoke with the police about this after the notice. Yeah, they told me, she said, I spoke to the police about this after a notice. They have 30 days to get their stuff or you can get rid of it. Yeah, that would have worked for me a while ago. But I wasn't ready to release this stuff then. But baby, now, after I told the cops this last time, because he called the cops on me this time around too. But that was because I wouldn't let him sleep in the bedroom. So when he called the cops was like, well, if you want him out of here for good, you got to go and do a eviction notice 30 days from the day that you set the report or whatever. Ain't nobody got time for that. I ain't got time. I need him gone. I'm like, listen, I'm being an a-hole right now. Whatever he told y'all, that's what I'm doing. I ain't even gonna deny it. The officer was like, well, you can't force him to not stay in the house and all this here stuff because his name is on the lease or whatever. I said, yeah, his name on the lease. I said, I've been here, done that before. I said, but he needs to go. I said, I'm finna make him miserable as hell. However long he gotta be here, he gonna be miserable here with me because I'm no longer finna sit around here and watch him smirking and smile at me all day and tell his little lies to his little supply on the phone so that they can feel some sympathy for him to move him in to their place. No, we ain't finna play like that. I'm finna sit here. I'm finna make him miserable. He gonna get up out of here real quick. And that's just what I did. Because he was gonna have to call the police on me another time. And the officer had already said, if I have to come back out here, both of y'all going to jail. Or somebody going to jail. And baby, I'm telling you, at that moment, I was about it. Because I'm like, well, hell, if I'm going to go to jail, I might as well go ahead and do the do. Let me go ahead and rough him up in here real quick. Then y'all go ahead and take me in. That's how I was feeling. Like, I knew I was done with him at this time. Because I ain't never wanted to hurt this man. Never. I've always considered his feelings. I don't care how he did me. I always considered his feelings, his health, all of that. I considered my feelings that I had for him, all of that. But that day, that last day, January 27th, baby, listen, I was ready to rock his world, and not in the way you thought. We gonna tear this room up. Sure was, because I was gonna get him for old and new. You know how your mama whoop you for old and new? Yeah, that whooping lasts for a long, long time. Yeah, it was going to be like that. Yeah. I was going to give him something he could feel and not the way he wanted to feel. I sure was. And I was willing to, listen, I was willing to go to jail. But when I tell you God be having a ram in the bush, listen. So the officer that came here this time around, January 26th, the officer that came to the house, actually worked with me at the bus place or whatever. Didn't even know he worked there. When he ran my license or whatever, he was like, oh, you work at you drive buses? I'm like, uh-huh. He said, me too. I'm like, how the heck? You're an officer and you drive buses? He's like, yeah. He's like, listen, don't let this man take your livelihood from you. He was like, it ain't worth it. I'm like, yeah, you got a point. I said, but right now, I want to be a butthole. I said, I want to be a butthole to the fullest. I said, I want to give him 4 years worth of my butt to kiss right now. I want him to feel everything. I want him to get it. I want him to eat everything I'm trying to serve him on this plate. I say, he deserves everything. Everything. That's how I knew I was done with him, y'all. Because when I'm ready to fight, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. For me these days. Back when I was dating the crackhead, it wasn't that big of a deal to me. But I was still learning myself at that time. So now when the man get me to that point where I want to lay hands on him, I need to go ahead and leave it alone. It need to be over and done with. That day, January 26th, I wanted to lay hands on him.